how do you know as a guy when you're a bitch, right? So I'm giving you my own answer. I've been watching because I'm just curious. I'm always morbidly curious about human reaction, human behavior. So Dana White beats the shit out of his wife. I already talked about the fact that, like, men can never hit women, like, unless you're defending your own life. Like, literally, I had to put my hands on her because she was going to kill me. There's never a reason to put your hands on a female. So I'm reading this clip the other day. Thousands of guys say she hit him first. So if you're one of them, in case you want to know if you're a bitch, bruh, you're a bitch. Somebody enlighten me. But I'm asking the idiots, dude, go find your hole, crawl in it. I couldn't imagine as a man deciding that if a woman who's inferior in her strength, for any of you guys, even if you're not strong for the most part, you go, well, she's stronger than me. Dude, I don't need to go over the science of your strength and your ability to defend yourself. You go, what if she hits me? You walk away. What if she chases me? You get out of there. She's probably not going to chase you. She smacked you in the face. And by the way, this is an open hand smack. She didn't smash a beer bottle over his head or a glass or a 2x4 where he's like, shouldn't hurt me. She smacked him. Like, and obviously, I mean, messing with UFC stuff, I mean, I'm sure he's been hit before, I would hope. And this isn't about Dana White. I mean, what happened. He's got to deal with what he's got to deal with. I wish good for everybody. I ain't judging nobody. The law will judge you. It's a crime. But I'm asking the idiots that are perpetuating, and I hope none of y'all, I hope that everybody that said, you know what, she hit him first, isn't responsible to help any female in the world understand what they should or shouldn't put up with. I really hope not. I just hope it's. But dude, go find your hole, crawl in it. You know, like I guess, and somebody enlighten me. Like I'm curious. You know where I stand. So you're not going to change my opinion because there's certain things my opinion won't change. My opinion can change on multiple things. I'll go like, you know what? That actually makes sense. That part of it I understand. I still may not agree with you over here, but I'm wide open to listen to things. But there's never, and people are throwing quotes in Dana White's face. Like, okay, dude, everybody understands. He came out and said that. I'm not defending him at all. But he came out and said, I'm somebody who always said you don't do that. And he said this the one time I'm not. And people go, it couldn't be the first time. Dude, I don't know what happened in the guy's life. Maybe it happened 400 times. Maybe it never happened again. I don't know. All I know is the one time it happened on video that I can see it happen. Other than that, I don't know. What's concerning for me, this public opinion of she smacked him, so hell, he hit her back. And people say stuff like, well, you want to be equal. Like, how much of an asshole can you actually be? That's what people are saying. That men who have superior strength across the board, physical makeup, muscle composition, size, all of that. And also men and women. I've never heard anybody, for those of you that despise when women say they want to be equal, I don't want somebody to go, I'm not too far left or right. I'm just telling you, bro. Like, I don't live in either one of those extremes. But, like, for you to say that, no woman, and maybe you've never seen it, like you've only watched it. Maybe if you experienced it and watched it as a child, or I worked it for 15 years when I worked with abused and neglected children and a lot of women who were victims of domestic violence. I remember the first time a guy said to me, he said, well, you don't understand. She hit me first. I go, no, I heard that part. And you beat the shit out of her. So I said, this was when I was working there as a social worker. I said, and which is why I had to get out for 15 years. I said, well, bitch, which is what I said. Well, bitch, why don't you hit me? And then I'll show you what it feels like. Because she's got some pretty significant injuries because you're a bitch. To which he said nothing. You want to know why? Because men that hit women don't respond. Because it does make you the epitome of being a bitch. So, but what's even crazier is people who are like, you know, good, she got what she deserves, she can't hit him. You go, you're supposed to let women abuse you. Dude, a smack in the face, a female smacks you with her open hand in the face. She's abusing you? I don't know, man. And what's crazy is for the men that hate, because most of the comments are, you know, they're dogging all these people that are feminists, right? Think about the hypocrisy of your stupid argument. for you, okay? And maybe you don't understand this because you don't have the intellectual capacity to. And by the way, it's okay. God makes everybody different. So just because your teacher, maybe one day your mommy, or you wouldn't be your mommy, she wouldn't respect her if you don't respect women, but your daddy said you're smart, you might just be stupid. God made people short, tall, smart, dumb, fast, slow. That's kind of the way the deal works, right? But you have to decide at the end of the day, when you make the argument of, well, because I've read this, multiple comments saying, well, women want to be equal in this feminist movement. So you're upset about the feminist movement, which you believe emasculates men. And a lot of what is said, I agree with that part, okay? So you don't like that part, right? So you're mad at this movement. I'm cool with, like, a lot of things people say. I'm just not cool with you telling me I can't be a man the way I want to live my life as long as I'm not committing crimes, doing the right thing. Like, you can't tell me you can't tell me that, okay? So you're telling me that you don't like that part of the argument because that's emasculating to you, okay? These traditional roles. By the way, traditional roles, you can go back as far as you want in any book, like that men look out, protect, provide. They are the protector. They are the provider. There was nowhere back in the day where they said men are kick a woman's ass. Like, nobody, we are the protectors, right? So you're upset that that's being threatened. Okay, and by the way, rightfully so, in my opinion. Then you take that and you throw in this argument, which makes you intellectually challenged, and you say, well, they get what they asked for. See? It's like, no, what you didn't like about this movement, you literally are utilizing where you are doing everything they're telling you should do. Like, there's no man, there's no woman, there's no he, she, there's no protector, that doesn't work that way. And you don't have to worry about being provided. And she shouldn't ever have to stay home. And you stay home and she works her job. Like, all the things you don't like. Like, I believe in a lot of those traditional roles. And be mad at them if you want. But I stay in line with, I believe in those traditional roles. And I believe in the traditional role that men don't hit women. No, I don't think she should walk up and smack people openly. Got it. And if somebody videotapes and they want to say she assaulted him, the cops arrest her, like, that's their deal. I'd have a hard time as a cop. I'd probably be like, can you not hit him again? I mean, you smack, how hard was it? Like, how hard was it? I'm not trying to be an ass, but, like, let's have some perspective here. And that means you need to go ahead, whack somebody. Forget about kicking her when she's on the ground. You need to put her down. I can open hand smack. I mean, come on. Like, at some point in time, you have to take a step back and figure out what you're saying when you open your mouth. I might say stuff you don't agree with, but I pay attention to what I say. But my question to you is this. If this was your daughter, your sister, your mother, and if you can answer it this way, then you are a piece of shit, but at least I have to go, he stands behind what he says. If that's your sister, your mother, your daughter, argument with her significant other, and she... female upside the head. Not even as hard as I just did that. I watched her. Not even that hard. Not even hard. I got this on my face. Sorry, I got spit in my face. You know what I mean? Like, because I barely smacked myself. I'll be okay, right? But at the end of the day, what you have to understand is, if you tell me the significant other whacks your sister, your mother, or your daughter, and you're cool with that because they hit them first, if that's your case, I'm down. Like, at least I go, you know what? Don't agree with him. Have a strong feeling about him being an idiot and a bitch and all these things. But dude's consistent. The dude's consistent. So if you can say those things, then okay. And I feel bad for your sister, your mother, your daughter. I do. But at the end of the day, that's your choice to have. And by the way, you have the right to have an opinion. I have the right to have my opinion about your opinion. You can have your right about my opinion. But at the end of the day, and I can say this and not go like, well, I hope one day I won't hit a woman if she hits me. I won't. I've been hit. I didn't ask to be hit. I didn't want to be hit, but I've been hit. Like, what do you want me to tell you? I've been around. You talk to people. They get mad at you. I just drink a lot. Hang around with people that are drinking. Things happen. But somebody enlighten me or explain to me how, please tell me as a society, we haven't taken the things as men that upset us about certain movements that are too far one way. And I would agree with a lot of that stuff that we get upset about. And I think we have the right to. Then we take the exact thing we're upset about and go, see, this is why we should hit women, though. This is the woman raised her hand to us and we got to put her down. dude, I just think it makes you a piece of shit, and it makes me nervous for the people that are listening and watching. Would you say it if it was your sister, your mother, or your daughter? Do you understand the argument you're making? And do you really, really, really believe, really, if you're just like, I was trying to piss people off, okay, God, it's stupid, but whatever. Do you really believe that when a woman pushes, grabs, smacks, I mean, if she open hand punches me, they're smaller hands, that men shouldn't just remove themselves from the situation? You think they should assault? Because it's not a defense then, it's an assault. Smack once, you look at her, you whack her, beat the crap out of her, like all that stuff. Do you believe that women can just to my core, you'll never convince me otherwise, but I am interested in your opinion. I still will think if you're a dude and you ever go upside somebody's head, I said that, people are like, what do you don't like about Andrew Tate? I'm like, dude, I don't even know him. The one video I saw where he whacked the girl, that ain't role playing. You open hand drill somebody. He's a strong dude. I admit that. He's in good shape. I admit that. He's a boxer. I admit that. I'm sure his smack's harder than most people. You don't whack somebody, a female. You don't do that. Ever. That's just, you don't ever do it. So, am I right? Am I wrong? Where do you sit on it? Help me understand. I'm scared for society if this is where we're going. And again, if that's your opinion, would you have the same opinion? Daughter, sister, mother, let me know what you think. If somebody needs to see this, share this. If they don't agree with me, share it with them. If they do agree with me, share it with them. Like, subscribe, comment. We appreciate your time as always.